everything to get connected. So welcome everyone to Friday's Inspiration. Today it is, we just crossed the 11:11 mark, and this is going to be a new moon activation. We're having the new moon showing up tomorrow. And while people are getting on board, hey Roma, I wanted to let you know that I'm super excited that we now have 11/20 as our official launch date for the book. And I've been really excited about this for a lot of reasons, but one is that Spirit has been letting me know that there's new things that they want to share with me. And this book is super important to laying the foundation for everything that I teach. And once you understand this foundation of this blueprint to your infinite intelligence, then a lot of what I'm sharing here will even make more sense. And then we'll be able to go deeper, further, farther, faster. And so I'm really excited about being able to launch the book on, I guess that's next Friday. Next Friday, wow, okay, great. That'll be great for Friday's inspiration. For our There's also files that get corrupted, and we, from time to time, the whole system, your computer system, has to be upgraded. And so it's no different with our own biology, our own spiritual energy field. So there's 3 programs that I wanted to talk about today that affect our everyday enjoyment of life. And if we have these programs installed, which we all do, but if they're not eliminated, if they're not uninstalled, then it's going to affect every day of our life in a negative way. So I don't know how the time is going to go on all this, because we're only allowed an hour on Instagram. But if we happen to go over, I'll divide this into 2 sections. So let's dive in, because this is really exciting news. So the first program that's been installed in our energy field, I'll just say, it also gets installed in our thoughts and our thinking. I'm going to let you know where these 3 programs have been installed energetically. And then in the MediClearing, we're going to remove all of these programs. So the first program is a program that I call the free range slavery program. So you may be really familiar with this, in that if you're someone who's really stuck in that energy of working really, really hard, struggling, suffering, you've probably been creating for this 1% influence. It's really interesting that I've noticed a big shift in the collective energy field. When people would come to me for their energy reports, the main thing that they used to be working on was right in their root at their 3rd layer. So that had to do with feeling safe to step into their power. And so this was all during, the whole COVID thing. And, if you step back a little bit and look at how the whole collective was going through a massive awakening of stepping into their power. So first you have to feel powerless first before you can realize you don't have your power. So that was really amplified during this past year of this whole COVID thing. So now the thing that I see people working on is all the way out, still in the root, but all the way out to that 15th layer. So that 15th layer is where this 1% influence where this 1% oppressive energy, we can all feel it now. Everybody's like waking up to this influence. This is the main thing that people are working on now, is waking up to this influence. They know they don't want it, they don't like it, it's not natural, and it's not how we're meant to be living under all of this oppression. So that free-range slavery program, where they give us this illusion that we are free, they tell us we can vote and things like that, and we think we're making a difference there, but those have all been pre-decided. But at any rate, I'll tell you where this program is installed, this free-range slavery program. There's 3 places in our energy field where this free-range slavery program has been installed. So one is right here in our 6th chakra, out in the 3rd layer of our aura, both front and back. So that's one place. It affects how we think. This is where we hold our beliefs, and especially about how powerful we are or how powerful we aren't, feeling afraid to step into our power. The second place that this program is installed is right in our heart, and it creates this energy of constantly feeling like we have to prove our worth and value. And that, my friends, is a hamster wheel, because as we're trying to prove how worthy and valuable we are, we're trying to prove something that's already true. We're already valuable. We're already enough. We're already lovable. But this energy field is gonna, this influence and this program is going to continue to make us feel like we're just not enough. And we have to work harder to prove that. And then the 3rd place this program is installed is right in our root chakra, but all the way out to the 25th layer. So if all of this doesn't make sense, like layers and chakras, or what is she talking about? You're gonna have an opportunity on the 20th of this month to get at any rate, so out to the 25th layer, that's where all the fear entities hang out. So it makes complete sense that it makes us afraid. All of this fear makes us afraid to step into our power, to feel safe to step into our power. So that's the free-range slavery program. The second program that we're going to look at is, and all of these kind of work together, is something I already referred to. That's that working hard to live program. So a lot of people have that belief that, well, yeah, it is true. You have to work hard for a living. And that's the program. That's the program that people believe is actually true. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. There's a way to create, remove all the effort and start accessing more of our power, which our authentic power, which is not about hard work and pushing and chasing and forcing. It's a more magnetic energy. And so when our masculine and feminine energies are balanced right at our solar plexus, then we're going to have the energy that goes out and gets stuff done, along with that balance of feminine energy that pulls things to us, and that makes everything way more effortless. Yes, we will talk about that healing, but that would be a great one to bring up on Tuesday, but people that we want to heal and help. So but today we're really talking about these 3 programs that have been installed, and how we're going to uninstall these programs so that you don't have to work hard, you don't have to be this free-range slave. So the place that this working hard program lives, and there's actually an underlying energy there as well that says that you may be more unconscious to, and that is the energy that says if you don't work hard, you'll die. So that's the push. It's this fear that makes us believe, it's affecting our subconscious, that if we don't work hard, we're going to die. And so that's the anger that's underneath there. I mean, that's the fear that's underneath there. And so the place where this hard-working or you're going to die energy lives is right in our root, out to that 25th layer. So it's encased in tons of fear about stepping into our true authentic power. So that's the second one. The third program, and tell me if any of you have experienced this before. Maybe you can put something in the chat and let me know if you can relate to this. Is this something that you can feel is in your energy field? And put a thumbs up or heart or something. Let me know. That would be really great. The third program that we're going to talk about today that needs to have some light shed on it relates to who's running these programs. Who's the developer of these programs that have been installed in our matrix, sort of our personal matrix, in our energy field. And this is, so once we know who these are, who it is, and where they are, then we can get a better idea of why I call this the loyalty program. So the people who've developed this they actually live in our heart out to the 30th layer of our aura. So that's going to affect how we feel. That's going to create some loyalty to this energy. And so I originally, because I've known that, so this is kind of new information that's come in, I've known that in that 30th layer is where the reptilians live. And so I asked if it was the reptilians, and it didn't say yes. So I know that there's another energy that's above even the reptilian influence that sort of put that energy here on the planet eons ago. And that energy is the Anunnaki. So those are very, very old, ancient energies. In fact, when I went to Egypt, there's a temple there. I think it's the Temple of Luxor, but don't make a bet on that. But I'm pretty sure that was the temple. But at any rate, that is a temple or at the temple that I'm talking about that relates to the Anunnaki, they are very, very tall, like, 20 feet tall. And all the statues in this temple were massive. The doorways, all the columns, like you could tell this was meant for very big, very big people. So the Anunnaki is the ones who have originally installed these programs many, many lifetimes ago. So this, the fact that it's in our heart when we are in service to them, which is in service to the reptilian, which is in service to the 1%, that's the tier down, that this we've been feeling like we have to work for the machine. Like, yeah, we have to pay our taxes, and yeah, we have to, do, jump through all the hoops. And, we actually believed that the Federal Reserve is part of the government. And so now as we're waking up, we're discovering what these systems really are, and that these very powerful corporations, which are all run by this whole tier of energy, that they are the ones that are controlling all of this. So as we're waking up, expanding, growing more into what's really going on, these are the programs that people, for all of humanity, is going to start releasing. So you and I are at the beginning of this wave, and so you can be one of those wayshowers that's showing what's possible when we remove this slavery program, this hard-working energy, and this being loyal to all of this, the developers of this program, that we can step into more of what we deeply desire so that we can enjoy life on our terms and, not feel like we don't have a voice, like we don't have desires that we want, how we want to live on this planet. So I'm just going to take a peek here and see if any of you have had any comments about any of this, if you can relate to it, if that makes sense. Great. I know Bobby doesn't like to hear about this, but it's real stuff. Here's Dee, who can definitely relate to the proving myself in the loyalty program. So yes. Okay, great. And then let's see here on Instagram. So many of you showing up. Great. So good to have all of you here. I like my top. Great. I've not pulled this out in a while. Okay, great. Yes. So we are have loved and really benefited from your work. Thank you, Crystal. Yes. So Jennifer, maybe you can let me know a little bit more about your uncle, and we can do that another time, or maybe on Tuesday when we actually entertain all your questions. So today we're going to uninstall these programs. So the ones the free range slavery program, the work hard or you're going to die program, or the loyalty program, loyalty to the developers, the people who have developed this many, many eons ago. So the reason that we're being shown this now, so that we can release these programs, is because these don't fit in with the direction we're going into this new era, into this golden age that we're already stepping into. And so that's why so much of what we see on the planet is falling away. So let's go ahead. I'm going to walk you through running your energy today, and we're going to specifically focus on releasing these particular energies. So go ahead and send down a brand new grounding cord in present time from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. Great. Awesome. Starting to rain here. Nice. And then we're going to send those roots from our feet deep down into our planet, our earth, coming all the way out the other side, and then it's going to wrap around the whole planet. This is next level grounding. And then from there, it's going to start coming up through our legs, through those powerful channels in our legs, accessing more of our power. As we come up through into that root chakra, it's going to spill down the grounding cord. So right there, it gets a little stopped. So we're going to just gently send this energy down the root chakra that's been in our legs, up the legs, down the grounding, up the legs, down the grounding. Awesome. Okay, great. So next, let's see if there's a worry circle. And we are going to go out to the 15th layer of our aura. So just imagine that you know where that is. Around your root chakra, there's a circle of energy. So we're going to go out to the 15th layer where that 1% energy, oppressive influence that we feel on the planet, we're going to just pull all of that in to the core of our root chakra. But we're going to send it up through the central core. Spirit is now directing these energies to go off planet. They don't belong here anymore. Excellent. Nice having you here, Katya. Catherine, Bobby. Okay, great. And so we're going to pull now. So now that this energy is cleared, so now you're ultra grounded. So now we're going to reach up and place our attention far above our heads, and we're connected with pure source energy. We're going to start bringing this energy down through our creative rings that are stacked above our head, even if you don't know how many you have. This is where your dreams and your desires live. So pure source is recalibrating all of our dreams and desires, and especially we're doing this for the collective today, this new moon activation. And as we're bringing these dreams and desires and intentions for the collective, like we all want the same thing, no matter what political affiliation you are with or want or desire, that in the end we all want the same thing. We all want harmony, peace of mind, being able to have more joy in our life. So however that's going to happen in our highest and best interests and in the interest of the collective, we're going to bring in pure source, and it's recalibrating those desires for our highest and best interests. And so as we bring pure source into the crown, it's stopping right there. We're going to go out to the 15th layer. So there's a circle around our crown, just like at the root. So this is the permission circle. So just to imagine that you know where the 15th layer is, we're just going to pull in this circle so you can access more of your personal sovereignty, more of your personal permission. We're going to lift that up through the central core, sending it off planet. And then as we come down through the crown, that's down through the central core, through the 6th chakra, it's stopping right there. And we're going to go out to the 15th layer. So these are the beliefs of that 1% energy that keep us in that free-range slavery program. They keep us in that belief that, yeah, we have to work hard for a living. So we're just pulling these programs out of the beliefs here in our 6th chakra. And then, right when we get to that 3rd layer, this is a bigger chunk of that free-range slavery program, giving this illusion that we're safe when we're really not, or that we're free, that we're free, but we're really not. So we're pulling this energy in at the 6th chakra, and we're going to pull this up through the central core, sending all these beliefs off planet. So now as we bring pure source down through that 6th chakra, down into the throat, it's stopping right there. We're going to go out to the 3rd layer, where the 1% doesn't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want you to question anything, and they're going to censor what you have to say, especially if it conflicts with their lies. Great. So as we bring this energy in to the throat and down into the heart, it's stopping at the heart. We're going to go out to the 3rd layer. Remember, this is where the energy of that free-range slavery program, another place where it lives. So we're going to pull in and this program along with all the ways that you judge yourself, all the ways you make yourself wrong, beat yourself up, setting those expectations really high, almost out of reach, always trying to prove you're lovable and enough by how hard you work. So those are not your personal truths. I'm just going to bring that in. Let's see. Let's send it up. Can't remember where we found it, so we'll just send it up. Okay, so coming down through the heart now, and the solar plexus, and that second chakra in the lower belly, spilling down the root. Take a deep breath and feel into this really powerful alignment, connected way up high to pure source, rooted deeply into our Mother Earth. So now we're going to mix these two energies. We're going to bring it 50-50 mixture up the front. So the earth energy coming up through our legs, pure source coming down the back side. We're going to mix that. We're going to bring it up the front, real close to the spine, so it clears the beginning of each of those chakras. So as that's coming up through the second chakra, there's still some energy there. 3. So we're going to go out to the third layer, and this is where you're holding a lot of anger and rage, and only 15% of this is actually yours. The rest of it is not yours. It could belong to other people. It could belong, most likely, to that 1% energy. This is what they feed on every day. Anger, fear, uncertainty, chaos, because they're cut off from pure source energy. So let's just drop all that anger down the grounding. Okay, great. It's the opposite of what we really desire, isn't it? We want peace of mind and joy and more abundance and prosperity, and that high percentage of anger is the opposite of all of that. And that's not to say that we're taking away your anger, because we're only releasing the excess. You have access to your anger anytime you need it. But we don't want or need that extra anger kind of brewing in the background. It's really hard on the nervous system, and it gives us this false sense that that's our power when it's not. It's a big energy, and it can be used for certain things, but running it every day as a fuel source you're going to wear yourself out. Okay, so let's bring this 50-50 mixture up through the second chakra, solar plexus. So right there at the solar plexus. Let's go out to the third layer. And this is it's like a big stop sign. It's the energy that will create paralysis, where you just feel stuck. You don't know your next step. You don't know how to move forward. You feel unmotivated, maybe tired, maybe even a little depressed. That's this energy here. So let's just drop that all down our grounding. Okay, great. And then we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture, there we go, up through the solar plexus, up into the heart, great, in the throat, where it's stopping again. Let's go out to the third layer, where like our words just get stuck in our throat. Maybe you bite your tongue and you don't speak your truth. You don't want to rock the boat. So let's just pull all of that in, because when we can't speak our truth and everything just gets stuck right here, that creates more anger, which is what the 1% wants. So we don't want to be angry. We want to use our words that come from our heart, where we can talk about what's in our heart. We can set those really clear, unmistakable boundaries, and we can ask for what we need. Then we're less likely to be angry. Okay, great. So now, as we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the throat, into that 6th chakra, out the crown, and then through all of our rings, potentially you even have more rings now. And then as it comes up through the rings, it's going to fountain down through all the layers of your aura. Just like paint being poured over a balloon, and like you're sitting in the middle of a cocoon. So when it gets below, at the bottom of that cocoon, it's going to merge with your grounding cord so it has a place to release. So we're going to pay special attention to the 15th layer of our aura. But we're going to start at the bottom because these energies need to go off planet. So we're going to lift any of this 1% energy in this 15th layer of your aura. And they're mostly sitting right at the top there. They're influencing less and less all the time. And we can see this in the collective as more people are waking up and are standing up and against what they see going on that's been oppressing them. So as we lift that off, we're going to just send that off planet. And then the next layer that wants to get cleared is our 20th layer. This is the most powerful part of our aura. It is what I call where we can find our innate warrior, our awakened predator. So this predator energy has 360 degrees of awareness all around, like in a sphere, above, below, behind us, every direction. This energy will help us to sense what's going on. And speaking of senses, it has access to 360 senses. Now maybe you don't have all of those senses activated. This has been all part of the amnesia program, which is the overall program of all of this. So you may not be aware, but we are and maybe you've activated all of yours and maybe not, but a great way to find out is to get a temperature report, an altitude report. That's one of the things I share in there. All right, so right around the second chakra in this 20th layer, this is our creative energy that wants to get, that the awakened predator wants to activate more of our what we can create. So when we have this really powerful part of our energy field activating what we desire to create, and we're doing this as a collective, and we're all starting to go in the same direction, this is where we gain momentum. This is where the changes are going to start happening quicker and much faster. And you know, they are not they haven't been smart enough because they're not very conscious, this 1% energy. They only have about 15% consciousness. So they don't realize how smart we are and how much we can sense and know to be able to get out from under their influence. And we're doing it in a way that they might not even notice because we're doing it energetically. So as more and more people are growing and expanding, this is how we're going to gain some momentum. So in this 20th layer, great, that looks nice and clear now. And if you're paying attention, you might notice how this layer is sandwiched between these oppressive influences. The 1% on one side, the reptilians and fear entities on the other side. So it's been trying to compress us, keeping our power down. So the next part of our energy field we're going to clear is, we're going to jump out to the 30th layer. We're going to start at the bottom. So this is the reptilian influence. So they are also just right at the top around the 6th and 7th chakra. We're just going to lift them up and out of your energy field. And sending them off planet. Great. And then the rest of the aura looks clear. So the last thing that we're going to clear before I go back and check if we cleared everything, is our circle of reciprocity. So the energy from our upper 4 chakras, our heart, throat, 6, crown. I'm going to bring all of those energies out that right arm. Our giving masculine side. This activates the circle of reciprocity, giving and receiving. So it's kind of slow. It slows down right about your elbow, that right elbow. They are golden nuggets, aren't they? We're going to bring that energy out, that right giving masculine side, the side that gets stuff done. We need our masculine energy, but we also need the feminine. So bring your fingertips together. Allow that energy to flow out the right arm into your left hand so you can start allowing receiving. So it's blocked right at that left hand. That's why you're not receiving. It has nothing to do with, oh, people don't give to me and I give so much and nothing comes back. It's you're not allowing. So you can't blame that on other people anymore. You can if you want, but it won't be accurate. Okay, so as we bring the energy up, it's coming up to about the elbow now. Bring that up through the upper part of the arm, through the shoulder, down through the front and back of the heart. Excellent. And then simultaneously through the front and back of the throat, so you can ask for what you need. It's a little stuck right there. And you might notice you have a hard time saying maybe even what you prefer. Sometimes we don't even know what we want to ask, but if you lean into what do you prefer, sometimes that's just enough to send you into a decision. Okay, great. Through that 6th chakra, through the crown, through all of your rings, no matter how many you have. Okay, great. So that is basically running your energy. But now I want to go back and make sure that we cleared all of these programs. So the free range slavery program was in the 6th, and in the heart, and in the root. Okay, good. Those are all clear now. Excellent. So what I'm going to ask, what % of the free range slavery program is still here? 15%. Let's see where that is. We want to get all of it, right? That's the value of being able to measure these numbers, is that we get all of it. Okay, so there's still a little bit in the 6th chakra, out to the 2nd layer. It's affecting our creativity, our ability to create. So a lot of these programs that they've installed have given us that amnesia and made us forget about all of our gifts and what we can create, how powerful our words are. So we're just going to pull in that energy there at that 6th chakra that says that we can't create what we desire. Just going to drop that down the grounding. Great. Got all of it. Okay. Let's see about the work hard to live, or work hard or you're going to die energy, that program. Okay, good. That's clear, at least in the root chakra. Let's measure the percentage, if there's any left of that working hard program. Also 15%. Let's go to that 6th chakra, out to the 3rd layer, and that belief that we have to work hard for a living is a lie. It's not true. There's other ways that you can create. You can see how this is all works together. They take out the beliefs that we know how to create, and they install this other program that says, no, work hard instead. Okay, great. So right in that 6th chakra. Good. So now this program is at 0. Perfect. Last one, the loyalty program. That was in the heart. Okay, there's still some of that in our heart chakra. So apparently we brought it all the way into the 3rd layer. So we're going to go back to the heart, out to that 3rd layer. It's going to make, this is where you feel judged. You ever feel like, like when people maybe cord to you? This is like having a cord there. And you feel guilty. You feel guilty for not doing this, or you should have done that, and that's part of that energy. So we're going to pull in this feeling guilty, like we're not doing enough, not working hard enough. We're just going to pull all that in at the heart. We're just going to drop it down the grounding. Okay, let's see if we cleared the loyalty program. Okay, I guess this must be the big one. It's still at 50%, but since we can measure this, now we're going to find out where is that 50%. Down in the root. So this is what, out to the third layer. So this is where we feel afraid to step into our power. We feel like we're not being loyal to these people. We're not being in service. We're not serving these people anymore. So at the root, we're just going to pull in any of this energy that relates to this being loyal to this, the developers of these programs. So there's a fear of death picture coming out. And that's a very powerful energy. When we feel afraid that we're going to die if we do something, that's powerful. But these are just energies. It's not a real thing, just so you know. Just like in the computer program, we're uninstalling the stuff that's not working. It's not part of the direction humanity is going. Okay, let's see how much is left now. 15%. Okay, we're getting there. The last little bit. We're going to go up to the 6th chakra. Second layer, fear. Okay, so this fear is even bigger than the fear of dying. You might say, well, what could be worse than dying? There's another energy that is being afraid of being annihilated, which means that you would be eliminated completely and entirely and utterly, which is just a belief and a program that's actually not true, because scientifically you can't delete or remove or you can't eliminate energy. It can only be transformed into something else. So we cannot be completely annihilated. We can change into something else, but so this is the belief though. So let's go to that 6th chakra and we're going to clear that fear of being annihilated. Okay, great. So now let's see if we got all of that loyalty program. Yes, it's now at 0. Yay! Wow, great job, guys. So you might need to re-listen to this again. Share it with your friends. And this is really great. So these are the kinds of things that are going to be coming out more once the book is out there, and then you understand what I'm doing, what we're actually creating, how the whole system works. Because it's really the acceleration to your ascension, to your growth, to your evolution, as well as humanity as a whole, all of the whole global consciousness. So that's what I wanted to share today, and I hope that you will be using this weekend, which is the new moon tomorrow, as an opportunity to create a new vision board. So I posted on my personal feed on Facebook a discount where you can get the Dream Architect Toolkit. It's a powerful system that I use to create vision boards, and so you'll be able to get it for $30 less. It's a $30 gift for you. But this toolkit has the map that makes the system really powerful. It has an hour-long workshop in there a live workshop that I did, and also an hour-long webinar. It has a really powerful meditation. So this is like the new moon to really create. We've got this 11/11 portal energy, these awesome new moon energy, so super powerful time to create a board. At the very least, write down your intentions if you're not creating a board this weekend. All right, well, I hope you enjoy your weekend and stay tuned because we'll be giving more information as soon as we know. We'll be sending out the link for you to get my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, next Friday for $1 for 1 day, or you'll be able to pre-order the book for future, for you to get it in the future. All right, go out and enjoy your weekend and sending much love. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you next Tuesday and have a great weekend. All right.